Welcome, everyone. We want to thank you for taking some time out of your day to be with us. Come on, let's get to the root of it. Ow!
In these times that we live, we take strides to move forward. We strive to be more, stay strong and be focused. Start a while, we make choices, live or die. Take over starts at the root, and the truth may be hard to swallow. Step one, self-love above anything else. Unlock peace and happiness.
Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, and welcome to At the Root of It. On tonight's episode, we are doing things a little bit differently. We are actually in the same room, but we are on the separate sides of the room. I am here with my sister-in-law, who happens to be Miss Tangela Copeland, and we are celebrating our second Viewers Choice episode. She wrote in actually as soon as I sent in, put out the first initial um, commercial, and she put out that she wanted to be on the show and she wanted to talk about aggressive women. And I thought that that was a very good topic because I'm an aggressive woman, and I know there's a lot of aggressive women out there that just want to know a little more information about maybe relationships, why things don't work, why things do work, things of that nature. I even asked a couple of guys, my brother, my friend, just to see who, their side of the story in reference to an aggressive woman opposed to an alpha woman. So before we get into everything, I really want y'all to please, please, please click, tag, and share because women need to just know about the topics and just see different perspectives. Also, I need you to go to YouTube for me and subscribe. I have 23 subscribers, but I have a lot of people who look at the podcast. So I really, really, really would appreciate it from the bottom of my heart if you will go to At the Root of It on YouTube and hit the subscribe button as well as the little bell on the side, and it will tell you and notify you when videos are being uploaded. Okay, so without further ado, I would like to introduce to some and present to many my second Viewers Choice winner, Tangela Copeland. Come on, y'all, give them a clap five. Give her a clap five, clap five.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Tangela. I am Shannon's sister-in-law. I am the second winner for Viewer's Choice, and I did pick aggressive women. Reasons for me picking this topic is this conversation comes up a lot in my household with my boyfriend, her brother, and myself. He thinks that I am alpha female. And I disagree with him because I think there is a difference in being an alpha and being aggressive. And I think I'm more along the side of an aggressive woman. And we sometimes, aggressive women can be challenging to deal with. And I just want to see what other women, other people think or feel about this topic.
All right. Oh, you came from the other side. Okay, so you can hear me here. I'm gonna mute hers so that you won't hear me talking in the background whenever she speaks because we are in the same room. So, hey Tifa Teef, how are you doing today, love? Thank you for joining in. Um, One of the things that I feel about aggressive women, when I thought about it, right? Because I said, okay, when I first started thinking about doing At the Root of It, my sister and I actually sat down and wrote down a couple of topics that we could possibly speak of, right? Just brainstorming. And so it was a coincidence that that was just one of the topics that Tangela actually wanted to speak about. But my question was independent women, is that Is that intimidating? Is that the downfall of the black woman because you're independent, which can coincide a little bit because the independent woman is also known as the alpha woman. You know what I mean? She's the go getter, the one that goes is about her business and does the things that she needs to do. And so I have some 9 qualities of an alpha woman. And I just want to know, do y'all know if you are, do you fall into those categories? Okay. So let me bring one up and see what Tim has to say in reference to um, the 9 topics. So for aggressive women, the first one is, no, this is for alpha women, sorry. So for alpha women, they are they offer fearless leadership. So Tange, do you think that you fall in the category of offering fearless leadership? Wait a minute, give me one moment. Let me unmute you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Because we had this conversation before, and I said that I don't believe I'm an alpha woman because one of the first words in the definition of being an alpha woman is that she's a leader. And not saying that I'm not a leader, because I do offer fearless leadership, like, and it's not intentional. It just happens. But I don't want to or choose to lead anyone. It's natural to, if I'm in a situation where, leadership is needed, it's natural to just step up and do so. So yeah, I think aggressive women, oh, I do, me as an aggressive woman, um, yeah, we do offer
Leadership, right?
leadership. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna do it like this. I'm sorry. Okay, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Let me know. Hey, Toya, can y'all hear me? We're frozen. Okay, now we're back. So, the email that Tange sent in is, she said, I think I am an aggressive female. My man thinks I'm an alpha female. I disagree. I don't want to lead anyone. She said, I have lost left relationships, friendships due to me being so aggressive. And not all men slash people can tolerate slash deal with someone like myself. Is this a bad thing? A good thing? Help me get to the root of it. So when um when I saw that email, I said, okay, well, I can attest. I think that in my early years, is that a word? Is that the right phrase? I can attest to it. Yes, I believe that I um can relate because before I believed that I was an aggressive person, and I was aggressive because I was a fighter. So everything was a defense mechanism more so anything else. But now I believe that I have grown into my alpha womanhood. But I think that you need a little aggression to be an alpha woman because in order for you to be a fearless leader, you have to have some type of aggression. Not to say to be manly, but have some type of like oomph, backbone to you. Like a beta woman couldn't lead because she would allow people to lead her. You know what I mean? But even with an aggressive woman, I think that at a given time they can learn how to be a beta woman but still be aggressive. Do you think that that's how you are, Tange? That you are an aggressive person that have half and half alpha beta tendencies? Like, what do you think?
I just honestly think aggressive. Like I do things aggressively. Like I when I'm doing it, I'm stepping no matter what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like if I want a man, if he ain't looking at me fast enough, I'm stepping on it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Uh, that's just how I am. I'm just up front, my feet forward, and I'm not afraid of it. So I don't think it's alpha thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just me being aggressive. Like I'm on it. That's it.
Right. Okay.
So and that's why I keep saying I don't think I am a alpha.
Well, Toya says you need to know what you want and stand up for it to be an alpha woman. So I agree to that.
That's a fact because all the time I don't know what I want, and I'm getting that.
Right. So, oh, hey D. D is on there if you can see.
Hey D, good evening.
Okay, the next one is they are highly ambitious. Do you feel like you're ambitious?
Uh, with certain things, because sometimes I don't have a drive to want to do things that you want to do. You might say, "Hey, Terrence, let's go and get this bag doing this," and that's not what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't want to do what Shannon want to do. I just, I don't have that drive. My drive might be to just chill for the day. You know what I'm saying? I don't, you know. So I'm not always ambitious. So no.
Okay. That was honest. I believe that I wasn't ambitious in the beginning. I wasn't ambitious because I didn't even know what I wanted to be ambitious for, if that made any sense.
I
Um,
think I'm still at that point, not knowing what I want to be ambitious for. I'm still there, and
well, see that is meditation, trying to find out exactly what you want and knowing that, like seeking to find out like what you're good at. Like I know that I say it on all the shows, and I'm going to put the disclaimer that again, this is just perspective. I'm not a clinical doctor. I'm just telling you from my viewpoint and her viewpoint. We're just um, discussing this, and we want you guys to really pipe in and let us know. We're going to have input from a man as well, because I want to know their perspective on how um, an alpha woman affects them, or an aggressive woman. Because an aggressive woman, I believe, is a controlling woman, is a woman that wants her way, that that controls. Like if that's not how she wants it done, she's gonna make sure that it's known that that's not how she wants it done. I'm not gonna necessarily say that they don't have no give in them, but it's like kind of like their way or the highway, and that goes for aggressive men or aggressive women. It and for from a single point of view, because of course she's not single, so my brother likes that balance of her. But from a singles woman's point of view, right, if you show too much aggression to men nowadays, they run. You know what I mean? Because maybe you have more testosterone in you than than they do. Now Tifa says something that's very profound too. She said my purpose makes me ambitious and aggressive. So she gets aggressively ambitious on the purpose of her life, regardless of what. Now, I'm not saying regardless of what her purpose is, but really regardless of what her purpose is. Your purpose Everybody's purpose is different. But once you find your purpose, and I think that's where the issue is that once you find where your purpose is, then you can go full speed ahead with all of that energy, all of that oomph that you have, with all of that passion and all of that drive that you have for anything else. Once you know that you know that you know that this is what you're gonna do, then I believe that you can aggressively be ambitious in that area. Help me, and Tifa says another thing. She says, I'm aggressive in the marketplace, not in my home. I can lead in the world. My husband is the leader of my home. I like that. What do you say, Tanj?
I like that. I like that too.
Wait a minute. Go ahead.
I like that too. But I gotta rewind back a little bit because when you would describe what you felt was an aggressive woman, you to the T described me
Oh,
because I am sometimes very controlling. Like, for instance, I watched Ronald clean the fish tank, and he's not doing it the way I would do it, and I will make a argument out of it. Of course, by the end of the argument, we've talked it out now. Ain't so bad of an argument. But you just described me, and that was, I just noticed it as you were describing it, and I was like, I know that's me.
okay. Well, see,
And that's what I was saying. There is a difference in being aggressive
yeah.
and being alpha. Like, I ain't trying to lead them. I just be trying to sometimes tell them what the hell to do.
It's the echo. Okay, I see the echo.
But yeah, you just described me to a full T.
Okay. Well, wait. Let me. Okay. So now you know. Wait a minute. Before I give you this thing. Okay. So I am the producer and the director. So you're gonna hear a little echo because we're in the same room. Um, so I mute her mic and when I talk and mute my mic when she talks, but I kind of get it mixed up. So bear with me. But at any rate, I had actually looked up um, the definition of an alpha woman. So let me just read that to you. So it says an alpha female, a woman who has embraced her leadership ambitions. She is talented, highly motivated, and self confident. So the the characteristics of the alpha woman really is the self confidence, knowing that when you walk out and when you step out, and this, oh, by the way, this that came from scienceofpeople.com. That just I'm sorry, what was that? The definition. It came from science science of people. And this also says female alphas embrace their confidence and this helps them lead others. They tend to believe in their ability to achieve limitless things. Like they don't allow their insecurities to override their willingness and their ability to actually um, go out and get it. Like sometimes I know that when I wasn't standing in my power, I could not um, fathom even doing anything like this. Even with transitioning, like I said, when I first transitioned, and if it happened last year, I would have quit. But because of the transition, I became more confident in myself to understand that the power that I need is already on the inside of me, and that's biblical. He has given us everything that we need on the inside of us to actually attain what we want, desire, or wish for. Miracles happen every day. But if we are not in the mindset, if we don't get our mindset together to say, I am able to do this. Um, I don't have to sit in the back seat. I am more than a conqueror. I can do these things. Now, when we talk about aggressive women, right? Because I want to talk about that real quick. I want to talk about aggressive women because in the Bible, one particular aggressive woman comes to mind, and her name was Jezebel. She was a very aggressive woman, and I don't know, like, um, I can't give you the whole story like I did last week with Joseph, but what I can tell you is that she was out of place. Um, with how the dynamics of the family is concerned, the king is the head, then the queen, then the children. But God is the ultimate head, then the man, the woman, and then the children, right? Well, Jezebel's husband was a weakling. He was a beta man. She was an alpha male, alpha female. She ruled over her husband. She was controlling. She was manipulative. She was conniving. She was very, very evil in a sense. When she wanted things done, she sent people out to do it. She sent her people out there to chop off Elisha's head. So, I mean, she was ruthless. And I believe that she was an aggressive woman, um, because for her, it wasn't that she lacked the confidence or the ability to lead, because she did lead. But one of the things that she did lack, that is in one of the characteristics or the traits that an alpha woman has, is that they love their mamas and daddies. They love people. I use that one because they love people. Um, they are strong, obsessive learners, sought out, but they love. I want to really get to that, but they love. Now, oh, I see that, D. I see what you're saying, because that was something in the article that when I looked up aggressive women, right? D says, we are called aggressive in the workplace by certain kind of men because they cannot deal with a woman, especially a black woman, speaking her mind and making power moves. That is so correct. Now, Tinge, what is your take on that?
My take on that is she hit the nail on the head. I just got done telling you a story the other day about how I had to get aggressive with a man at work,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And yeah,
Well,
like
tell
I
the story.
said, all right. Um, my sister and me, we worked in the same place. She had just started working there and, new to things going around, to the people and everything. And there was a guy there that he started there when I started there. So we had been there maybe a year longer than my sister. And he had said something, not nice to my sister at work, sexually, as I was walking by. And I just kind of looked at him and pointed at my sister and I said, that right there, that's mine. And he dropped what he had in his hand. I believe it was like a vacuum or a steam cleaner or something. And he ran up me and his breath was on my neck. And he told me, you're going to watch how the F you talk to me. And the aggressive me, I don't go nowhere without what I call my strap. It's my knife. In my job, I popped it out of my breast. I opened it up and I told him, you better back the F up before I kick you in your junk and drag you out back and scrape you up. He then ran and told my boss what I did to him. But he didn't tell my boss that he just ran up on me and spit on my neck and told me to watch my effing mouth. So, like, yeah, men, especially in the workplace, can't handle me. I can't speak for, other women, but yeah. That's an issue too, and that's me again being an aggressive woman. You know,
Now Tifa says something. Let me bring me in. So Tifa said something, and she said, "Some people need to be put in their place. That's not being aggressive." Now look at this. Check this out, D, because you said in the workplace. Now look at the definition. Now I looked up the definition of aggressive, and this is from Forbes.com. Um, the definition of aggressive: when a woman speaks her mind and is assertive, she is likely to be labeled as aggressive. So because we're not docile, because we don't let people walk over us or say anything out their mouth towards us, we're aggressive. I don't even think that what you did actually at work, Tinge, was actually aggressive because he came into your personal space. Now, not everybody will pull a knife, but I think that was more the aggressive part. But you were still protecting yourself because he came in your circumference. There's a comfort level, a comfort space that people need to stay in. And, at the end of the day, he overstepped that boundary. If you can feel his spittle, you like that, guys? Spittle on his neck, on your neck. That means he was a little too close for comfort. And at that time, you don't know what his motive is or what he can do next. So I think that you kind of more so than anything protected yourself than just being an aggressive woman. I don't see that as just being an aggressive woman. I think you was look, and Tifa said assertive. Look, Tifa said, "Oh, he would have got the business." Look, he would have got the business. So I don't.
the funny part is he didn't even tell my boss that I popped the knife. When my boss called me to his office, he said to me, Tangela, did you tell him that you were going to take him out back, kick him in his junk, and scrape him the F up? I said, yeah, I did. But did he tell you what he said to me? He said, no, he didn't tell me what he said. So I explained to him what he said. But he said, could you do me a favor? Could you just be more nice to him? So he went in there and told what I said, not what I did.
Right. I don't know. I
They
just.
can't handle us. And not just men on that note, not just men. Like I said, and when I wrote in, I have walked away from friendships, relationships, because I'm gonna step. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like if you my friend and we in a situation and like not even a bad situation, if you not gonna put your foot forward and we out here trying to do this, what the hell I'm here with you for?
Right. Right.
You know?
Ray, speak a little louder, but I want you to, from a male's point of view, how do you feel about an alpha woman or aggressive woman?
Well,
Can you hear him?
I
He's coming to sit next to Tange.
I like a woman that's when you say aggressive, I like a strong woman, you know, and I want a woman that wants to. We supposed to be a team, so she has to be kind of aggressive and have some input also. So, and any kind of decision that we make together, or even if she makes a suggestion first. I like that. You understand what I'm saying? I like that type of aggression. But as far as like aggressive, I like a woman to be aggressive, but to a certain extent, so she knows that she's a woman also. You understand? That
Right.
I'm the
The
man.
boundaries.
Right. I'm the man in the relationship, and if she knows how to balance that, then your relationship is going to work because you have to work both ways. And a man has to be able to
Exactly.
handle that.
Right.
Some men can't handle that.
I think that I've ran across every man that can't accept it. But talk because um I remember a couple of months ago something happened at my house and my roommate did something and I got so angry and I banged on the wall and the guy that I was talking to ran and I said, "Why did you run?" I called him and said, "Why did you run?" He said, "Oh, you just transformed in front of my eyes." I felt that that was a form of weakness.
Yeah.
Because if you can't, you saw what happened. You know what I mean? You saw that it was a problem, and instead of like equalizing the issue or even coming to my defense or aid, beat it like he was the road runner boy, and it showed me that that was like a really weak um man to deal with a strong woman because I didn't stop my anger because he was there. I didn't say, "Oh, you handle that," because it's none of his business. I was angry. I didn't act out of character. I didn't jump on the girl. I just got angry and I yelled. And you left. Showed me the caliber of man you were. You know what I mean? So, and then maybe on the other side of the coin, maybe that's not the type of female he wants to deal with because everybody has their preference. You know what I mean? Like I don't want no rah rah. I need somebody that's gonna be. Now I'm classy and I know how to act, but I also know to turn up on somebody real too. You know, because you can't have one after the other. You can't want me to lead in one aspect and not be able to defend myself in the next. Right. Like it's a whole package, and it's very discouraging because then I feel like I have to change my whole character, my whole being to dumb myself down or dumb my strength or confidence down because then I don't want to emasculate a man that is not sure of himself. Those are the type of things that I have been running up against. You know what I mean? Men don't like to. Well, I can't say that. See, I can't say that because I've been experiencing different type of men. You know what I mean? That's not the norm to me.
Okay, but yeah, that was a bad choice of words by compromise because you have to compromise in a relationship. But what I mean by compromise, I mean by you still have to be yourself too. If you can't be yourself in the relationship, then you understand what I'm saying? You can't be phony in your relationship. You have to be yourself. And if he can't accept that, then he's not the man for you.
You know how many people fake the funk in a relationship because they want to be everything that the man wants them to be because no, let me give you the reason why. Because they've single for so long. So they'll become a chameleon to be what the man likes so that they'll keep him. Not knowing that they're really being the party of their own demise. Because when the real you stand up, they're not going to understand you. They're not going to be able to really get with you because now you look fake. You know what I mean? Like, Dad, why couldn't you be honest? Oh, because you didn't like this, you didn't like that, you didn't like this. So that now you took the choice of me being with you away because you gave me your representative, somebody that you thought that I would like, which you knew I did because I told you what type of woman I like. I can't be that. I can't be that phony. I just cannot be that phony. I'm too real for that. You know what I mean? Like that's why I've always given my flaws. You know what I mean? I give my flaws. I let people know what it is. I'll tell you, I'm mad. I don't like that. This, and that. Nah, I'm not dealing with that. But that's me now. So I don't know. I know that I'm an alpha, but I don't know if I'm more aggressive at 43. I don't think I'm as aggressive. I think I'm just alpha.
Yeah.
I think I might be finding out right now today that I may have a little bit of alpha female in me, but I am more aggressive. I am the aggressive alpha female because, like you said, you have to be strong enough to deal with someone like this, right? I was in a relationship, two other relationships before Ronald. One of them, I'll tell you a quick story. Me and my mother had words one day in the kitchen. Got real heated real quick. But, Ronald will tell you 10 minutes later, me and my mother are sisters again. But my ex broke out in tears. And I was like, what the hell? Like, ain't you a man? Like, you could have walked away. You ain't even have to listen to us argue. So that right there, I was like, yeah, he ain't for me. He a little punk. That didn't last long. That was one situation with me just being too aggressive for a man because he didn't know how to calm me down. He didn't know if he should, if he could.
Right.
So he cried. Another man I dealt with before I dealt with Ronald, one of his friends literally walked up to me centimeters away from my vagina with his finger and pointed, looked at my man and said, "You're going to eat dinner tonight." I wanted to knock him the heck out, but I was waiting for a reaction from my man because he's who he really disrespected just now.
Right.
And he did nothing. He did nothing.
Right.
At the end of our relationship, me and that guy right there, I literally beat him up. He couldn't even beat me. He was 6'7" tall, just big for nothing, and I beat him up. So yeah, I'm just aggressive as hell.
So what do you think that we should do or could do to balance the scales between alpha women and aggressive women?
I think one of the things I personally could do is probably listen more to whoever, whether it's a boyfriend, a friend, listen more because that I know I don't do because I'm always over talking. I sometimes think I know it all, and I'm like I said, I'm aggressive. I'm stepping. I'm saying what I want to say to who I want to say, how I want to say it, and that's me all the time. And like I said, I don't have friends. Like when me and Ronald first got together, I used to be like, baby, call your friend, go check out. I don't have none. Nobody don't want to be around me because of how I am.
I do.
Well, you're the type of person.
And I think
you're strong enough to handle it. Like I said, you got to be strong enough to handle somebody like myself.
Yeah. So I just think that at the end of the day, that the men that are being groomed nowadays, and these are men that is 40 and up too, that they just can't handle it. And an alpha female could also be a woman that makes more money than a man. So then that's something else thrown into the pot that also might chip away.
She's alpha because she makes more money.
No, her assertiveness, her drive, her ambition, her leadership qualities put her in a position to make more money than him. Those are the qualities of an alpha female. So she now makes more money than him. How does that make a man feel? Like who's supposed to be an alpha male too?
But take back to what Ronald said. You have to be strong enough to handle things like that because there was times in our relationship where I didn't have nothing. He had to foot everything. There was times in our relationship where he couldn't do it. And I had to foot everything, and he was strong enough to allow me to do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A woman is going to be strong enough to let a man do anything.
Right.
But for a man to bow down and allow a woman to do everything, that takes a strong MFer. Period. You gotta.
And that's just only because I think that you would do that for a man that has already shown you that he's a man to you.
It definitely makes it easier to know that they love you and would do for you as you would do. It definitely makes it easier. But like I said,
would you do it for him? Would you do it for him without knowing what type of man he is? And if he was reciprocal of that, all that you
I wouldn't do anything for nobody not knowing who they are.
Right. So so you didn't mind doing everything for him because he has already shown you what type of man he was as far as he dealing with you as a woman.
He, like I said, he made it. He is strong enough to be who he is before I'm aggressive, and after I'm aggressive. He that same, you know what I'm saying? Like he just understands who I am and the woman that I am. Like he don't. For instance, my ex will tell me, "Watch my mouth." If he heard the word hell come out my mouth, I could literally tell somebody SMD in his face, and he's gonna probably follow through with you better. Right. You know what I'm saying?
My brother used to always be like,
so
yeah.
he tells me all the time that
she said
he appreciates me for the how I am. Like
that's a beautiful relationship. That's a beautiful relationship.
Thank you.
There's a lot of people who just can't be themselves. I want y'all to bring in. What are y'all? Are y'all aggressive? Are y'all alpha? I think Tifa is alpha.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never.
I think Tifa is alpha. Because she has vision. She has great leadership qualities because she's organized, very organized and strategic.
From her comments tonight, that's what I picked up. You know, I feel more alpha than aggressive, even though she agreed with a lot of stuff that I was saying with my aggressiveness. But
yeah, no, because she has that side. I think every woman has that side, but it's which side you want to lean towards more. D, do you think that you're aggressive or an alpha woman? Write in the comments. Look at Tifa. Tifa says, I'm an alpha female, baby.
Yes, ma'am.
I hear you.
And I know that she is because she's a go-getter. She has those qualities. If she loves her mother, she loves her family. She loves the things. When she's into something, she's all the way in. Like ambitious, she got it.
I'm misinterpreting alpha and aggressive. Mm-hmm. So as far as I see that.
I think I was misinterpreting it too because like I'm listening to what these ladies are saying, what Shannon is saying. She described me as an alpha woman. She described the alpha woman and some things I was relating to. She described an aggressive woman. Some of those things I relate to. So like maybe it's like she said, like, do you feel half and half? And I'm like, nah, I'm just aggressive. But like I'm sitting here, I'm listening, and I'm learning. That's what I said. Maybe that's one of my biggest things. Maybe I need to listen.
I think we all want to listen. But I know that do you think now my question is, do you think that being an alpha woman is the downfall of the black woman's relationship?
Nah, I think it's downfall of the black man's relationship because he can't handle it.
What y'all think?
It ain't us the problem. They can't handle it.
Do you think? Wait, Ronnie, you know I got your.
She said, "Do you think being alpha female is the downfall of a lot of relationships?"
Relationships, like being in a relationship, an alpha female or an independent woman is the downfall of relationships. Like if you look at
I honestly don't think it's the woman that's making it the downfall. It's the fact that the men can't.
Age, like that's a woman. A woman is more. I think it's more successful women than our men. Mm-hmm. You know, so like, if you don't see that by now, if you don't make that switch by now as a man to understand that, then you're gonna have problems. You know?
In my research, I was reading one of the articles. I think it was in the Science of People, and it was saying, you know, back in the days, women had to dress like men, act like men to kind of get into those fields. Like they had the big shoulder pad jackets and things of that nature. And they ran the race like a man because they had to. They had to show that they were just as good or better at the job than a man is. But right now, in this day and age, I can truly agree that there's more doors that is open to a woman than there is to a man at this point. And I think that the only way that you're able to succeed is to be assertive. There's a difference between the assertiveness of a woman and the aggression of a woman.
See, here I go listening.
You know what I mean? So when you're assertive, you're adamant on what you're trying to say, but you're not forceful. You're adamant. You want them to see your point of view, but you're not gonna make them see your point of view.
That's exactly how I feel.
Right. You want to make them see your point
Yeah,
of view.
I wanna. Yeah, I wanna. I want you to understand what I'm understanding.
Right. So you'll make them see your point of view.
No, I want them to. I don't.
Yeah.
Like.
So that's alpha. That's not aggressive. That's assertive. That's not aggression. You understand what I mean?
I
So
think you're right.
two things that you said, and you said that it was aggression, and it wasn't aggression. One was protection. You know what I mean? So that's the difference. Like, people don't put it in categories. There's a reason for everything. And action always causes a reaction. So him breathing down your neck and spitting on your neck deserve for you to turn around and show him that although I'm a woman, I will take your head off if you ever come that close to me again, because now I feel threatened.
Right.
I don't think that that's a problem. The second thing, again, assertiveness. You would like someone to see your point of view. You're not making them.
Right. Like I was saying with Ron in the fish tank.
Right.
I would like him to do it my way, but at the end of it, he's like, I don't care what you're saying. I'm still gonna do it my way. So I got no choice but to walk off and let him do it his way. And then when I came back, I was like, oh baby, it looks so nice.
Because you let him do what he has to do.
Right.
You had an opinion. You had a thought process on how.
And did get a little bit of an attitude because he didn't stop doing it his way and do it my way.
Right.
But I didn't force it. I was like, all right, he ain't gonna let someone go ahead.
Okay, so here's Jasmine's long. Hi, Jazz. She at work tonight, y'all. That's why she's not on with us.
Good evening.
So she said aggressive, ready or likely to attack or confront, characterized by or resulting from aggression. Synonyms: hostile, belligerent, antagonistic, pugnacious, combative, violent, macho, confrontational, quarrelsome, argumentative, badass, warlike, blunt. Oh,
that's
okay.
me.
That's me. Of a person or remark, uncompromisingly forthright. Similar synonyms: straightforward, frank, plain spoken, candid, direct to the point, forthright, unequivocal, point blank, brusque, abrupt, curt, short, sharp, crisp, gruff.
Ronald, do you hear this?
Brutal, harsh, caustic, stark, and bare.
Do you hear this?
That's crazy.
Jasmine just
put this whole thing.
Put up a definition of aggressive, and I was just sitting here saying, oh, maybe I am a little alpha. This is me. Aggressive.
So that's the funny thing. Okay, so I used to be antagonistic. I used to be confrontational. I used to be quarrelsome. I am warlike blunt. I can compromise. But I'm straightforward, frank, and plain spoken. And I don't believe
that's the definition of aggression?
Yes.
That is Tangela Copeland.
Yeah, see, I think that's why me and Tange get along so well, because we're like kindred spirits in that instance. Because it's one thing, we're nice until we're not. You have to make us not be nice. It's not like that's just how we walk around.
I'm nice all the time.
We're nice all the time.
To everybody.
Until we're not. You do something.
Yeah, for every action there's a reaction. And if you act stupid, I'm gonna act stupid too.
Right. It's like matching energy.
Right. That's exactly what it
It's
is.
like matching energy.
It's exactly what it
Like
is.
I could tell a big story. Like when I first got here, I got so aggravated. I'm not saying any names or doing anything like that, but all I'm saying is that I'm very aggravated and I felt very disrespected. And I felt like a child in here because both my parents was like, Shannon, be quiet, stop it. But the thing about it was that I believe that I was aggressive there because I had to mark my territory. I had to let people know who I was. I had to let people know that if I respect you, you're gonna respect me. And if you're not gonna respect me, then we're gonna have to talk about this. I need to know who you are. You know what I mean? Like, so that was my aggressive or my aggression. Would I have done that to anybody else? I think that I find myself having a soft response for people, having a little bit of understanding. But because I matched energy that night, it wasn't even really, it was something that that person said, but it was more of the energy that she carried, she walked in. And so I immediately responded to the energy and matched it.
I think
If
you
you're
overpowered it.
literally, it's something to
Oh no, you overpowered
literally
it. You ain't matched nothing. You overpowered it.
you know. But you have to set your boundaries because if you don't set boundaries, people will cross them and then wonder why you don't agree.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So she didn't know me, so she didn't know that she was gonna come into a house with that type of response. But she sure left differently. So I said all of that to say this: that at the end of the day, when we're out and about and when we're trying to figure out what we want to do, when we want to find our purpose, and what the qualifications that we need in that purpose, um, you'll be able to know what you to pull out, whether you should be aggressive. No, I'm going to take the aggressive word off of you. Yes, that is true, but not all of you because it has to be balanced. So I'll say this:
Yeah, I ain't
you
just
have to
around
learn how to
aggressive
be
all day long.
assertive in certain areas, and then you will know how to have peaceful power, confidence, where you don't have to be so assertive. I think assertive is a better word, don't you think?
It sounds better.
I think it is. So I I'm really glad that we had this conversation about aggression and aggressive women and alpha men. I don't know if it helped anybody out there, but it did help me identify like where um I'm more aggressive than alpha at and where I can do better as far as standing in my power as an alpha woman. And hopefully I can find a man that's like my brother in the sense that he's not threatened by the strength of a woman. He actually welcomes it. He actually welcomes a partner and a mate. That's what I want in a male. I don't want a male to be intimidated by if I have ideas that bring forth things that they may not have thought of, and now they're looking at me sideways because you didn't think of that, or that's not where you're at, or even I have this to say: when we all have a trait of aggression, it just depends on the situation. I think Tim comes across as assertive. Me too, Steve. I really do. I really believe that she's not aggressive; she's assertive. And she's not going to take no shorts. It's just somebody that's just not going to allow anybody to say or do anything to her and get over it. That's not
That's basically
aggression,
what it is.
you know. So I mean, but like Forbes said, anyone that's assertive is labeled. That's um the word. They're labeled as aggressive. I just I said to my mom today that I have to learn how to be a damsel in distress. Because I am alpha, because I've been single for so long, I've always had to make my own decisions, and I never had to run it across or by anybody. So when that time comes, I wonder if I'll be able to make that transition the right way, where I can allow a man to lead and be a helpmeet, um, and be a damsel in distress. Help! That's what I said. I started to learn how to be Penelope Pitstop because that's what Jamila Gooden said in one of her things, and I really received that. That I need to learn how to not figure it out all the time, so that I can allow a man to be a man. Because I think that without even thinking or being conscious about it, we emasculate men um, when we take charge when they don't want you to take charge. So we have to look for those signs where they like, nah, I'm not comfortable with you doing that, and know when to step back. Now, this is not for the people who know how to balance it out. It's for the people who don't know how to balance it out. You know what I mean? So I hope that this show really helped. What Chifa said? She said, sounds like you're tapping on. Well, yes, subject,
In a
but just
sense, right?
knowing your partner. You know what I mean? Because I don't think people really take the time or the energy to really know their partner and allow their partner to be themselves. There's so many stipulations, so many things that people will not accept that they could be bypassing their life partner to their hang-ups, um, and not being able to accept people for who they are. Yes, listen, Tifa, I say this all the time. It's two is better than one. She said a man is good with a woman. That's why we are called to help me. Right. And in the Bible it says a man who finds a wife finds a good thing and finds favor with the Lord. The favor don't come until you find the good thing, which is the wife. So it comes through the woman. Sorry guys, it don't come through you. It comes through the woman because if that was the case, you would have favor before you found a wife. And not saying that you didn't have favor, but abundance probably comes more because two is better than one. When Jesus sent the disciples out, he sent them out by twos so that one is a witness and one does the works. It's one witnesses the works and one actually does the works, so that they have record of things that happen along the way. So I thank you guys so much for tuning in to At the Root of It today. I want to give a loud clap, clap, clap for my sister Lord Tangela Copeland for being our second Views Choice.
Thank you for having me.
I really appreciate you. I love you, and just spending time with her. Let me I'm gonna change it over so they can hear me really clearly. I just want to really just say how much I appreciate her. Like I've spent time with her before, but this time around we've just spent a lot more time than we normally do, and I've realized that I absolutely adore this woman, and she is um, a great woman for my brother. He did a good job with picking her. Because I know that she's not going to take advantage of my brother. She's not going to take advantage of our family, and she has a big heart. That's why she's assertive like that. She's not going to let anything happen, anything. So I love you to life, Tan, and we're about to eat some good dinner that she ate. She made some ribs, some macaroni and cheese, some collard greens, some yams. So we're about to eat some good food. So see, she's all around. Yes, good job, Ron. That's what Tifa said. Good job. I say good job too, Tifa. So until we meet again, I'm gonna play the um I'm gonna play the viewer's choice video because I want this to still continue on. We do have our May Viewers Choice Awards show already lined up. So I'm looking forward to that. That would be the last Sunday in March. Please continue to tune in. Remember to please tag, like, and share. And please head on over to YouTube and click subscribe and the bell so that you'll get the notifications. Until we meet again next week, I think finally we're going to hit on betrayal. That's a tough one. See you next week. Until we meet again, and love you to life. Have a good night, y'all.
Come on, let's get to the root of it.
In these times that we live, we take
Good afternoon and welcome to At the Root of It. I'm Shannon and I'm here to announce again our Viewers Choice segment or episode. We just completed our first Viewers Choice. Shout out to Terry Haynes. She did an awesome job. And we're so grateful that she was able to be transparent on our show. We want to make sure that we keep the ball rolling because we want to feature a Viewers Choice episode once a month. You hear me? Once a month. So it'll be your time to shine, your time to be a star, and your time to talk about the things that you always wanted to talk about. So please email me at therootofitviewers@gmail.com and let me know your topic ideas. Let me know what you want to speak of. And once a month, someone will be chosen to have their own show right here on At the Root of It. So, again, the details will be shown down below. I look forward to hearing from y'all, and love and light to you, blessings, and come on, bring your ideas, be creative as you want to, and speak what you need to speak about. This is the podcast for transparency and for perspective. So I hope to hear from you soon. Bye now.
Also, before we leave, I just wanted to remind you guys that we have At the Root of It books, and you can order through us. We had our first order. It's with the pen as well as the book, and it's $25 altogether, including shipping and handling. So please contact me at the root of it at gmail.com, at the root of it 2021 at gmail.com, or at the root of it viewers at gmail.com. Y'all have a great night. Bye now.